Hi friend, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and today we're taking a look at another mid-size lighting rig that you can make. Really my goal for these, and today's title is the installed rig. My goal for these is to make it something that doesn't seem absurd and out of reach to you. That is like, okay, this is a really sweet rig that doesn't have to break the bank or be excessive, okay? And so that's my goal here. That being said, of course, we'll talk through this video about ways you can extend this, ways you could do with less, ways you could do with more. But what I wanted to do here is, again, build on a mid-sized stage. So maybe this is a 1,000-seat room, maybe it's a 1,200-seat room, maybe it's a 40-foot, 50-foot stage wide, something like that, and it's got some sort of height that's at least 20 plus feet to work with. Okay, so let's talk about that. When you got a stage that's this size, it can get expensive to cover everything. And so there's a couple things that you're going to notice about this video that's different from the last one, okay? If we make this a little bigger for you. The first is that there's no truss or support anywhere in this drawing, okay? None at all. Why? Because it's permanently installed. So ultimately, this could be truss, pipe, some other kind of mounting system. It's really going to depend on what your needs are, what you have available to you, what your venue has, blah, 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 etc. There's multiple ways that you can make it work, but the idea here is that this is the creative, right? This is the artistic side, and this is not really thinking directly about, okay, here's how to mount this. That being said, I've mounted stuff in straight lines. Like it's not like, just crazy that it would be nuts to do rigging. So let's talk about what we've got going on here. So we've got an installed rig here. So as I go with installed rigs, I like to get a front light that is up at about 45 degrees, and then the two fixtures on either section of stage is out about 45 degrees. Now, on a 40-foot stage like this, I could, at the max, have a 10-foot wide about area on stage covered by each light. And so, I mean, you could go 15 or more. And so what I chose to do here was I just did 4 Gamma Rose XT RGBWs. So this is a fixture that I really like. You can check it out over at Learn Stage Lighting Gear. We'll have the link below. And the reason why is it's kind of like a Fresnel. It's a cross between like a par and a Fresnel. The basic gist is it's bright, it's got full color mixing, though there's a white only version, which is actually what I'm using in the visualizer here. It's real bright, and it has some barn doors that work kind of like framing shutters to keep light off things like the backdrops. Now, those don't come up in the visualizer, so we see some extra light on the backdrop that wouldn't otherwise be there. But they're really awesome, and they're quiet, and they're just really well built, and like everybody that we've gotten them for a front wash gets these lights, they put them in, and they're really happy with them. And that's what we love out of a light, we want to make sure people are happy. But say you've got a 40-foot stage, say you don't want it to be that wide, okay? I've just taken some beam fixtures here. These are the Elation Darts 360, and the reason why I like the darts so much is that they are an LED-based unit, but they're an RGB LED, okay? And so there's full color mixing, but also a beam unit and some great prisms too, which aren't really shown right in the visualizer here. It's a bright, punchy fixture that can do a lot of things, but it does color mix, and that's like a really big thing when it comes to programming and making things look really smooth. We like color mixing here on the channel, but in beam fixtures, it's often not possible. But with these, it is. And so I've got these on the sides, and the cool thing about that is, say you've got budgetary restraints, right? We all do, right? You've got a big stage and you need to maximize your cash, right? Then instead of going so wide, you can always move the stage in, move it in another 10 or more feet. You don't have to fill up the whole stage, and sometimes it just plain looks better to block off the stage. If there's curtains or something, you can move them in, but if not, don't. And if you cut if you go and cut 10 feet off either side like this, now you have to light 10 foot less, right? And so in this rig, we've got pixels, so are kind of the main thing here. Okay, these are a pixel strip bar. What do you need to use pixel strip bars? Well, you need a couple things, and I've got actually a video coming probably in about a month, I think, that's going to go through these pixel strip systems and show you what you need. But you get a controller. It talks to your lighting software, such as Onyx, for full pixel control, and it talks over a network. And then it has some sort of proprietary plug that goes out to these pixel bars. And the system we like the most is the Gamma Pixel Bar IP system, because we've found it to be really reliable, really well built, and the biggest thing is that the driver on these things can control 32 fixtures over ArtNet. Okay, and that's one of the biggest things that you're going to run into with these strip systems. Just to get on my soapbox for a minute, is for whatever reason, and we really don't understand why. This is a conversation I have with my team like all the time. Is with a lot of the other brands of strips and their controllers, you can run them via our Chaos software running ClingNet, and you're able to run, you know, however many strips that driver can run, right? Maybe 32, like this one can run 32. Okay, but then if you want to run instead of our Chaos, if you want to run something like Onyx to do your pixel mapping, and other consoles can obviously do pixel mapping too, they can often drive like a tenth of the amount of fixtures, and this makes no sense to me. It's never made any sense to me. I don't understand it, but the fact is, it's how it is, right? And so we stay away from the other manufacturers that have, you know, strips like these, where it's like, oh, you don't want to run it on ClingNet, you want to run it from a regular lighting console and make your life easier and get better control. Well, you know, tough cookies, you can't do that. Okay, and so that's one of the reasons why we really like these. Also, they're a nice unit, and so that's just something to be aware of when you're looking at it, so that you know what's going on there. Okay, so pixel strips, I set them up in a nice vertical pattern. I like vertical patterns with pixel strips for venues like this, because you're able to use vertical space and do things that make the space feel taller or shorter. Like if you would go and say you black out the top half of these, so just grab, this is 28 strips, by the way, in a symmetrical pattern. Say you go and you black out just the top ones. Now you have a much smaller, more intimate setup. In fact, we could even go just to extend the height further. Again, your height may be different, but say you bring these up a little, you separate them up, and maybe you make a little space in here, and maybe you grab these guys and you move them up a little. You fill that space a little better, and you could do the same up here. Now you have the option to turn on or off different rows, different sections of these strips at different times to create different impressions of height. And so that can look super awesome as well. Similar with that, I've grabbed a wash moving head as the backlight. In this case, I chose the new ADJ Focus Flex. A good fixture. There's a lot of different fixtures out there that are good washes, and ultimately we've got 4 or 5 models that we recommend a lot, and we just, you know, we want to look at here at Learn Stage Lighting Gear, if you do need to buy a fixture, we're going to look at your space, we're going to look at your needs, and we're going to recommend what the best value would be for you. It might be the Focus Flex, it might be something else, but you can let us know at LearnStageLightingGear.com through our quote request system. But anywho, these are a great little unit. What I like about a lot of wash fixtures is you can zoom them down and they get a really beamy effect like this, or you can zoom them wide and fill a lot of space, and they can work at a variety of different heights because of that, which is real stinking awesome. I also positioned these, you saw here, I just moved them up way high. This is a way when you have strips like these, LED strips, where you can create more and less height in your space. So if you have these focus flexes way up there, right? Say you've got a theater or something, you've got a lot of height, okay? And you've got those focus flexes up there. Now somebody's sitting here, you know, in the front row or really anywhere in the room, and they're actually out of vision. But then you come back a little, you can see them, and it's like, okay, those are, you know, 25, maybe 35 feet up in this example. If I go ahead for a song and I shut them off, now to the eye, the space gets lower. It comes down to this height here, especially if these beams on the side are shooting up, or I could shoot them on the back wall and make some patterns. There's a lot I could do with some side mounted beams like this. Okay, so that lowers the height to here, to those pixel strips. And then, like we talked about before, we could go and grab those pixel strips and we could shut them off. And again, these are a full pixel control, so they'd be running animations and cool stuff like that. I don't have that many universes licensed in my visualizer, though I'm getting a set of these soon, and we will do review and stuff on them. You'll be able to see them really work. But you can see now, you turn those off, and as long as it's dark up there, like these front lights, because they don't have the shutters in this visualizer, they're definitely casting too much light on this stage, more than they would in real life. But say, you know, it was darker, say they were focused down a little more. I know I just focused all of them. And we were keeping them off the back wall. You know, now you can see we've lowered the height of the room again, and we can take that height and we can go back up again and build that up higher, and then we can go and use our wash units at the very top and build the height of the room even higher. And so you can see here, that's what I like to do when you have a little more space on your stage and you're in that mid-sized room. Because you're not like, oh, you know, everything's so tight, I'm on a small stage, I'm just trying to fit my lights into it. Now the game really begins from a design perspective. Okay, you know, how do I fill, first of all, the whole space, which again, feel free to, you know, always cut in on the sides, and, you know, you could shut some of this stuff off. Whoop, they just went somewhere. You can shut some of this stuff off and be able to whatever. You could shut some of this stuff off. Actually, I could just delete it. That's one way to shut it off. And move that stage in smaller, and now, you know, you just saved budget, right? Because instead of covering a wider space and being kind of sparse if you're tight on cash, you know, cover a little bit of a narrow area, cut out, you know, 2 or 4 front lights, cut out 2 back lights, cut out 4 of these LED strips, and, you know, you've saved thousands of bucks that you could put towards some other stuff, right? So ultimately, my goal here is to educate and inform, to help you, you know, be inspired that next time you go to work on a stage, to design something, to really, you know, make something pop, you get the most out of every light that you buy. And that's our goal here at Learn Stage Lighting, and that's why we've expanded. Many of you have heard, and I've talked about in this video, that we are made dealers for most major brands of gear now. We can get just about anything, and we would love to help you. If you need to buy your gear, you've got to buy it somewhere, and LearnStageLightingGear.com is the best place to get gear if you want somebody to help you make sure you get the right thing, that you can get the most use out of, and get a personalized price on that. So hit us up, gear at LearnStageLighting.com, or just go to LearnStageLightingGear.com, add some things to your cart, go ahead and ask us for a quote, and we would love to answer any questions you have and serve you as your dealer, because you got to buy the stuff somewhere. Why not from us? Thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys in our next video if you're subscribed. Thanks.